A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a landmark decision that could reshape the landscape of political financing in the United States, the Supreme Court has agreed to hear a challenge regarding federal limits on coordinated spending by political parties in support of their candidates. This crucial case, known as National Republican Senatorial Committee versus Federal Election Commission, will be reviewed in the court's next term, with a ruling anticipated just months before the pivotal 2026 midterm elections. The implications of this case are enormous, as it questions whether these spending limits infringe upon the First Amendment rights of political parties. The court's decision could significantly alter the flow of money in politics, a topic that has been at the forefront of national discourse for years. The backdrop of this legal battle lies in a 50-year-old provision of the Federal Election Campaign Act, which restricts how much political parties can spend in coordination with their candidates during campaigns. For the upcoming 2024 elections, these limits range from $123,600 to $3.7 million for Senate candidates, and between $61,800 and $123,600 for House candidates. The National Republican Senatorial Committee, NRSC, alongside other Republican committees, has argued that these restrictions severely limit their ability to support their candidates effectively. This case is particularly notable as it comes on the heels of a series of Supreme Court decisions that have progressively dismantled campaign finance regulations, citing First Amendment protections. The landmark 2010 ruling in Citizens United v. FEC allowed corporations to make unlimited political expenditures, fundamentally changing the dynamics of campaign financing. Since then, the court has continued to strike down various limits, leading to an influx of money into political campaigns and a growing concern about the influence of wealthy donors. The current challenge was originally filed by Republican political committees, including the NRSC and the National Republican Congressional Committee, alongside J.D. Vance, who is now the vice president, and former Congressman Steve Chabot. They contend that the existing law creates an unworkable separation between political parties and their candidates, akin to prohibiting a coach from communicating with a quarterback in a crucial game. This argument underscores the belief that effective campaigning requires close collaboration between parties and candidates. Interestingly, the Department of Justice has chosen not to defend the spending limits, siding instead with the Republicans in asserting that these restrictions violate the First Amendment. Solicitor General D. John Sauer emphasized that the core function of a political party is to promote its candidates, and the current limits hinder that essential role. This unusual stance by the DOJ has allowed Democratic committees to intervene in the case, as they seek to defend the existing law against the challenge posed by their Republican counterparts. As the Supreme Court prepares to hear this case, the stakes could not be higher. A ruling in favor of the Republicans could lead to an unprecedented increase in campaign spending, further entrenching the influence of money in politics. Critics fear that this would exacerbate polarization and diminish the role of traditional political parties, which have been foundational to the American political system. The implications of this case extend beyond mere financial considerations. They touch upon the very essence of democratic engagement and representation. With the 2026 midterm elections on the horizon, the court's decision will likely set the tone for how political campaigns are financed in the future, potentially altering the balance of power among candidates, parties, and outside groups. As the nation watches closely, the Supreme Court's ruling has the potential to either reinforce or dismantle the existing framework of campaign finance, making this one of the most significant cases in recent history. The outcome will undoubtedly shape the political landscape for years to come, influencing not just the upcoming elections, but the fundamental nature of political discourse in America. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.